Hello, my friend, and welcome back to Senior Finance Guide. Before we begin, I want to share a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is based on publicly available information from official government sources such as the U.S. Treasury and the Internal Revenue Service. It is not personalized financial advice. Every financial situation is different, so it is always wise to speak with a licensed financial professional before making important financial decisions. Now let us talk about a question that many retirees are asking right now. What are the safest and most reliable investments for retirement in 2026? When people are working, they often focus on growing their money as much as possible. But retirement changes the conversation. At that stage of life, protecting savings and creating steady income often becomes more important than chasing high returns. Many retirees tell me the same thing. They say they are not trying to get rich anymore. They simply want their money to last for the rest of their lives. And that is a very reasonable goal. In 2026, retirees face several challenges. Inflation has increased the cost of everyday life. Markets can move up and down quickly. And many people worry about taking too much risk with the money they worked so hard to save. The good news is that there are still several investment options that many retirees consider relatively stable and dependable. These are not fast money strategies or risky speculation. Instead, they are traditional financial tools designed to help protect savings and provide steady income over time. In this video, we will walk through several investment options that retirees often explore in the United States. We will explain how they work, why some retirees choose them, and what important factors you should understand before considering them. Let us begin with one of the safest investment categories available today. Another option many retirees consider is a high-yield savings account. For many years, traditional savings accounts paid extremely low interest. However, in recent years, higher interest rates have made high-yield savings accounts much more attractive. These accounts are offered by many banks and online financial institutions. Most importantly, many of these accounts are insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. This means deposits are typically protected up to standard insurance limits. For retirees who want safety and easy access to their money, this type of account can be a useful place to store part of their savings. Unlike long-term investments, money in a savings account can usually be accessed quickly if unexpected expenses arise. Many retirees use high-yield savings accounts to hold emergency funds or short-term savings. While these accounts are not designed to generate large investment returns, they can provide stability and liquidity, which are important parts of a balanced retirement strategy. Interest rates on savings accounts can change over time and may vary depending on the bank. Because of this, some retirees compare rates from different financial institutions to find accounts that offer more competitive returns while still maintaining strong safety protections. Now let us look at another common retirement investment tool that many people are familiar with. One of the most widely known conservative investments is U.S. Treasury securities. When you purchase a Treasury security, you are essentially lending money to the United States government. In return, the government agrees to pay interest and return the original investment at a specific date in the future. Because these securities are backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government, they are widely considered among the safest investments available. There are several types of Treasury securities. Treasury bills are short-term investments that usually mature in less than 1 year. Treasury notes typically last between 2 and 10 years. Treasury bonds are longer-term investments that can last up to 30 years. Another option some retirees consider is something called Treasury Inflation-Protected Securities, often known as TIPS. These investments are designed to help protect purchasing power if inflation rises. The value of the investment adjusts with inflation based on changes in the Consumer Price Index. For retirees who are concerned about rising living costs, this feature can provide some peace of mind. Treasury securities can be purchased directly through the official Treasury Direct website or through many brokerage accounts. Now that we have talked about savings accounts and Treasury securities, let us look at another type of investment that many retirees consider: bonds. A bond is a loan that investors give to a government or a company. In return, the borrower agrees to pay interest over time and return the original amount at the end of the bond term. For many retirees, bonds can play an important role in creating a more stable investment portfolio. Compared with stocks, bonds usually have lower risk. However, they also tend to offer lower long-term growth. Government bonds, municipal bonds, and high-quality corporate bonds are often considered more conservative options. Municipal bonds are sometimes attractive to retirees because in many cases the interest income may be exempt from federal income taxes. However, every bond investment is different, and it is important to understand the details before investing. Some retirees prefer buying individual bonds. Others choose bond mutual funds or bond exchange-traded funds. A bond fund invests in many different bonds at the same time. This can provide diversification, which means that the performance of one bond will have less impact on the overall investment. Diversification is an important concept in retirement investing. Instead of putting all your money into one investment, spreading it across several different types of assets can help reduce risk. While bonds are generally considered more stable than stocks, they are not completely risk-free. Another investment approach that some retirees consider involves dividend-paying stocks. A dividend is a payment that a company distributes to its shareholders. These payments usually come from the company's profits. Some well-established companies have long histories of paying regular dividends year after year. These companies are often large businesses in industries such as utilities, consumer products, healthcare, and telecommunications. For retirees who are looking for income, dividend-paying stocks can sometimes provide regular cash payments in addition to potential stock price growth. However, it is important to remember that dividends are not guaranteed. Companies can increase, reduce, or even eliminate dividend payments depending on their financial situation. Stock prices can also rise and fall, sometimes quite quickly. Because of these risks, many financial professionals suggest that retirees avoid concentrating too much money in any single stock. Instead, some retirees use dividend-focused exchange-traded funds. An exchange-traded fund, often called an ETF, is an investment fund that holds a collection of many different stocks. A dividend-focused ETF may include dozens or even hundreds of dividend-paying companies. This diversification can reduce the risk that comes from relying on just one company. Dividend investments can play a useful role in generating income, but they should always be considered within the broader context of a well-balanced retirement portfolio. Now let us look at another financial product that many retirees hear about when planning retirement income. Another financial product that often appears in retirement discussions is the annuity. An annuity is a contract between an individual and an insurance company. In its simplest form, a person pays money to the insurance company, either as a lump sum or through a series of payments. In return, the insurance company agrees to provide income payments later. Some annuities are designed to provide income for a specific number of years, while others are designed to provide income for the rest of a person's life. For retirees who are worried about outliving their savings, this type of guaranteed income structure can feel reassuring. However, annuities can also be complex financial products. Different annuities have different rules, fees, and payment structures. Some annuities may have surrender periods, which means withdrawing money early could result in penalties. Because of this, it is very important to fully understand the terms of any annuity contract before making a decision. Some retirees appreciate the predictable income that annuities can provide, while others prefer maintaining more flexibility with their investments. Like most financial tools, annuities may be useful in certain situations but may not be appropriate for everyone. For this reason, many retirees choose to discuss annuity options with licensed financial professionals before considering them. In the final part of this video, we will talk about several common investment mistakes retirees should try to avoid and some practical ideas for building a balanced retirement strategy. Bond prices can change when interest rates move. This means that the value of a bond investment may rise or fall over time. For this reason, many retirees use bonds as just one part of a balanced retirement strategy rather than relying on them alone. Next, let us talk about another income-focused investment option that many retirees explore. While Treasury investments usually provide lower returns than riskier investments such as stocks, many retirees value their stability and reliability. For people who want to preserve capital and reduce risk, Treasury securities often play an important role in a diversified retirement portfolio. Next, let us talk about another financial tool that has become more popular again in recent years: